Okay. Good evening, parents. My name is Carolyn Johnson, and I am your school student community parent liaison for Ruber Central Elementary School, which is Ms. Latasha Carroll is the principal. Ruber Middle School, Mr. Ernest Nelson is the principal, and Thomas E. Edwards Senior High School, where Mr. Eric Lakes is the principal and Ms. Tina Steele is the assistant principal. And today I am here with you all for our annual Title I meeting. Yay! So let us begin. What is Title I, you say? And why are we here? Remember, we have a No Child Left Behind Act, which was adopted in 2001, which requires that each Title I school hold an annual meeting, that's why we're doing this, of Title I parents for the purpose of informing you of your school participation in Title I, explain the requirements of Title I, and explaining your rights as parents to be involved. What will you learn? You will learn what it means to be in Title I school. You will learn about that 1% that is set aside for parental involvement. You will learn about the LEA Title I plan, the LEA Parental Involvement Plan, the SWP. You will learn about the School Parent Compact. How do I request the qualifications of my child's teachers? And yes, parents, you have their right to know about the qualifications of your child's teacher. You will also learn how to be notified if my child is taught by a teacher who is not qualified. How is the annual evaluation of parental involvement plan conducted? And how can I be involved in all these wonderful things that I just mentioned that you're about to learn about? Okay, what does it mean to be a Title I school? Title I simply means receiving federal funds. Yes, we need federal funding in order for our school and for your child to receive the adequate supply and the adequate academic, because we want them to have the best. We want them to thrive. When we're finished with them and then we let them out in the community, we want them to thrive. It said being a Title I school means receiving federal funding, Title I dollars, to supplement the school's existing programs. These dollars are used for identifying students experiencing academic difficulties, because we do have some that struggles, providing them timely assistance to help these students meet the state's challenging content standards, because we have some that need the extra tutoring for to pass these state testing when they get to high school. That what the Title I funds are for: purchasing, supplemental staff, program materials and supplies. That's where teacher assistants come from. That's where I come from. And also where our supplies and materials that we need come from. Conducting parental involvement meetings, trainings, and activities, recruiting, hiring, retaining highly qualified teachers. All that falls under the Title I. And being a Title I school also means parental involvement and parent rights. So let's change that parental involvement to parent engagement. I prefer you all to be engaged instead of involved. What is the 1% set aside for? And how are parents engaged? Any LEA with a Title I allocation exceeding $500,000 is required by law to set aside that 1% of its Title I allocation for parental involvement. And as you see, that these funds that we receive will benefit not only your child, but your child's school as well. And you as Title I parents have that right to be involved in how this money is spent. Yes, we desire your input. What is the LEA Title I plan? The LEA Title I plan addresses how the LEA will use Title I funds throughout the school system. Topics will include students' academic assessments, additional assistance providing struggling students That's like where our teacher assistants, consultants, all these will fall on to have to, for each school to use to have our students to be the best that they can be to achieve higher coordination and integration of federal funds and programs. School programs include migrant, preschool, school choice, and supplemental education services are applicable. Parental involvement strategies include LEAP, Parental Involvement Plan. You, as a Title I parent, have a right to be involved in the development of the LEA Title I plan. That's why when we have these Title I meetings and the PTO meetings, that's why we send out, when we desire you to be here because we value your input, because you're important to us. This plan addresses how the LEA will implement the parental involvement requirements of No Child Left Behind Act of 2001. It includes the LEA expectations for parents, how the LEA will involve parents in decision making, how the LEA will work to build the schools and parents' capacity for strong parental involvement to improve students' academic achievement. You, as a Title I parent, have that right. You have that right to be involved. You have that right. What is a SWP? The SWP is your school's school-wide plan, and it includes a needs assessment and summary data. That's when we have y'all to do those surveys. Those surveys are very important, and that's why we send them out. That's why we ask you all to do them, because your feedback determines how much we receive. So when we send these surveys out, please complete these surveys because they are very important. The goals and the strategies to address academic needs of students, because some students need more than other students. Professional development needs. Our teachers, they need training because the curriculum is changing every day. So in order for our teacher to be on top of their job, we have to give them professional development so we can give your child what your child needs. Coordination of resources and comprehensive budget. The school's parental involvement plan. Again, you as Title I parents, you have that right to be involved in the development of this plan. What's included in the school parental involvement plan? As you can see, this plan addresses how the school will implement the parental involvement requirements of the Elementary Secondary Education Act, ESEA, as reauthorized by the No Child Left Behind Act. Components include how parents can be involved in decision-making and activities. See, as you can see, it's always saying how our parents can be involved. So what they're saying, parents, we need you. We truly, truly, truly need you. How information and training will be provided, how the funds will be used, how the school will build capacity in parents and staff for a strong parental involvement. Again, you have that right to be involved. What is the school parent compact? And I know you all saw this when we were doing registration, where you saw the school parent compact. It's a commitment from the school, from the parent, and from the student that we're going to share. We're going to share in the responsibility for improved academic achievement. That's why we have you all to sign and date it. Because yes, we're going to hold ourselves accountable, we're going to hold you accountable, and we're going to hold that child accountable, that student accountable. Yes, you as Title I parents, you have that right to be involved in the development of the school parent compact, the distribution of the compact. That's why we have you all to fill those out, because we want you all to be involved. How do I request the qualifications of my child teachers? As you, as a Title I parent, you have that right to request it. How you are notified of this right and process for making such requests. You will be notified that your child will bring home a letter telling you who is not qualified. And you will be informed of everything you need to know about that teacher. You would be notified about that. How is the evaluation of the LEA parental environment plan conducted? As you can see, evaluation requirements. It's conducted annually. It's conducted with Title I parents. That's why we have the meeting. We analyze the content and effectiveness of the current plan. Identify the barriers to parental involvement. Data input may include parent survey, which is required. We need those surveys. Focus groups, parent advisory committees. Some schools have that. Process and timeline, how the evaluation informs next year's plan. So the surveys that we did in March and April is going to help us for this year and next year. Then when you do it next year, it's going to help you for the following school year. So that's why we always had you do them at the end of the year. Who are the parent leaders? The parent leaders are the ones that are always at school, always at the meetings, always at PTO meetings, always at open houses. You have that right to request anything that you need to know about your child's school. You have that right. And if you have any questions, you can email me at my email address at cjohnson@sunflower.k12.ms.us. Or you can call any of the schools and they will transfer you to me. And I would have an answer for each question that you have. We will upload any answers. We have a question and answer page coming up. So anything that you need to know, feel free. You have that right to feel free to ask because you need to know what's going on at your child's school. I thank you, and let us all continue to be engaged because these are trying times, and you stay safe out there. And until the next time I see you guys, y'all be safe. Good evening.